What's up, Boston Bruins? Boston Bruins!
What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Jess Almeida here on YouTube and on Beantown Takes, and today we have a Bruins video. Yes, believe it or not, we do have a Bruins video here, and the Bruins have been unbelievable. They've been unbelievable so far. I spoke down on them, obviously, as rightfully so last year. But you know what? This year, they are starting to look like themselves again. They are looking like the Boston Bruins that are absolutely fun to watch. And I got an announcement to make in this video. The next game that we are going to be in attendance for will be the Boston Bruins. That will be Thursday against the Philadelphia Flyers. Mark it, book it, whatever you guys want to do. We are going to be there. 99% sure we are going to be there. I can't wait to see the Bruins. Is right now a coin toss, head to tails, to who to go see, the Bruins or the Celtics. They've both been on fire. Celtics won again tonight too. What are they now? 11-3? They're 11-3. Yeah, they're 11-3 now. The Bruins, on the other hand, are 14-2 with 28 points. Yeah, they are first place in the Eastern Conference, and they're in first place in the division. They are the best team in hockey right now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that a change of coach and a change of the second line center in David Krejci like that gets you the best hockey team in the NHL. And honestly, these guys are looking like the 2019-2020 Bruins before COVID hit. If you guys don't remember, the Bruins looked absolutely stellar. They looked amazing in the beginning of the year. I shouldn't say the beginning of the year, the whole year, they looked fantastic in the 2019-2020 season because they just came off the Stanley Cup Finals loss, and they're on a mission. It's looking like they are on a mission this year. They are definitely the team to watch right now, and the next game we are going to see will be the Boston Bruins. We might have a Meet the Leafs video coming in the future for the Boston Bruins. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. In terms of the Celtics, I've been contemplating a few games, but I think I've came to the decision of what my next game for the Boston Celtics is going to be. And that is going to be November 28th against the Charlotte Hornets, against LaMelo Ball, against Gordon Hayward, and against Terry Rozier. That is the game that I have come to the conclusion that will be my next Celtics video. We will be there. It's the second game of a back-to-back, but it's no big deal. They faced the Wizards the first game. I think they will want to win against the Charlotte Hornets in the second game. The Charlotte Hornets are a lot better than the Wizards are. And I can't wait to see LaMelo Ball. There was a few games that I was contemplating on going to. It was tonight's game against the Thunder, but the Celtics won, but they did not play as well. So it's all good there. The other one I was contemplating was the Dallas Mavericks, because last time I was there last year, we took the L. So maybe to get a little revenge game before Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. The other one was the Kings, but like, who really wants to see the Kings? Let's be real. And the Bruins play that same day too. If I did that, I would have had to have done the Bruins and the Celtics that same day. That's just a lot to record. And then obviously the other one would have been the Wizards. We came to the conclusion that the Charlotte Hornets is right between the Dallas Mavericks, and they are right between the Oklahoma City Thunder, because, again, I was contemplating on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. They are, like, dead in the middle, because they have a really, really good player in LaMelo Ball, but they're not as good as Dallas, you know what I mean? So, like, they would be a fun team to watch, while at the same time, we should be favored to win that game. So that's what I came to my conclusion there. It is somebody's birthday too. I don't know if I'm going to be bringing that person to the game or not, but that might be in the works too. I'm definitely probably going to be hanging out with them before the game, or maybe meet up with them during the game, something like that. I don't know. So it actually works out perfect in a way, and that will be our next Celtics game. I know the Patriots are coming into town this Sunday, and that was a game that I did have marked down. But honestly, guys, the Bruins and the Celtics have been playing so well recently, where I don't know if I could do a Patriots video right now. I'm sorry, guys. I know. You guys are gonna hate me. I know. It's a very difficult situation for sure. I told you guys to book the Jets versus the Patriots, but I really don't know, to be honest with you right now. The Patriots have looked mid. They look mid because their offense isn't that good, but they've been winning games because of their defense and because of their field goal, like Nick Folk, whatever. They've been winning games because of those two reasons. So I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about them right now. But this video is about the Bruins. These Bruins are officially a wagon. Fact. Period. End of discussion. They are a team to watch this year. I said they should be no worse than a 5th seed, and they're going to blow right past that. They're going to be either a 3rd, 2nd, or 1st seed. Mark that prediction down. They are going to have home ice advantage throughout the playoffs. I would say at least until the Eastern Conference Final. Book it. Book that prediction right now. That is how great they look right now. I have to put down more Bruins videos in the future. I really do. Again, heads or tails. Bruins or Celtics. Bruins or Celtics. I'm in a pickle right now. But the Bruins are a wagon, and that's what we are watching right now. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy these videos. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. Link is in the description down below. If you guys want to donate to help go to the games, my Venmo account is in the description. Anything else, appreciate all the love and support. And without further ado, let's hop straight into the video.
Wagon is a team that is rolling and can't be stopped, and that describes our Boston Bruins after back-to-back wins over the weekend, improving their overall record to 14-2 and their home record to a perfect 9-0-0. Gonna break down the
ridiculous.
The Buffalo Sabres.
I'm kind of scared to go to a Bruins game for that reason too. I don't want to go to their first loss.
On the Boston Bruins here on today's episode of Locked On Boston Bruins.
You're Locked On Bruins, your daily podcast on the Boston Bruins. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hell yeah. I like the intro to this dude's podcast. How long is this? 26 minutes? Let's kick back, relax, and enjoy this podcast, guys.
What is up, Bruins fans, and welcome back to the Locked On Boston Bruins podcast. I'm your host, Ian McLaren. And
What's
this
up,
is
Ian?
a daily show where we discuss all things Spoked B. Today is Monday, November 14th, and I want to thank you so much for making Locked On Bruins your first listen every day. The podcast is free and available everywhere, so please do open up your favorite podcast app, go to YouTube, search up Locked On Bruins, smash that subscribe button, and never miss a thing. For those of you on Twitter and Instagram, you can find the podcast at Locked NHL Bruins, and you can find me, my dad jokes, and hockey tweets at Ian C. McLaren.
Did you say dad jokes?
Bruins fan. I'm covering this team for various outlets.
Let me know if you guys want me to do podcasts like this. Like team by team, you know what I mean? Like if it's just me by myself doing a podcast, doing by team.
Of course, they played 2 games over the weekend in Buffalo.
Let me know if you guys want me to do that. I kind of like this idea.
Traveled home to beat the Canucks last night. Let's begin Saturday in Buffalo, where Keith Kincaid got the start for the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, third string goalie.
In beating the Buffalo Sabres, keeping the Bruins in it early as the Sabres were on the attack for much of the first 2 periods.
Hold on, guys. I'm listening. I'm just checking my fantasy football.
Earning Big Bear of the Night honors after making 30 saves in the win to preserve.
Yeah, I lost. I
Boston's
knew it.
Stellar record.
My 2 players got injured mid-game. Well, early game, I should say. I knew
Jim
it.
Montgomery, after
I
the
lost.
game, credited the team's depth for their success, crediting also pro scouts who went out and signed Keith Kincaid for some insurance in net, following Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman on the depth chart. Swayman, of course, injured at the moment. Keith Kincaid, after the game, said,
Charlie McAvoy's back already. I was like, holy crap. He's back already? What did they say for McAvoy? Beginning of December, mid-December, something like that? Same with Martian. They both came back quick. I'm not gonna lie. I was baffled by it. I was like, wow.
Just do whatever it takes to keep the puck out. He did allow one goal on a complete breakdown from the 5-forward power play unit. Shorthanded goal
not his fault
by Tage Thompson, but they prevailed in the end, and he said he just wanted to give his team a shot. And they did the rest. They played a bit lackadaisical through the first 40 minutes, came alive when it mattered most, and got the victory thanks to Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, Bergie.
In the win. First,
shout out Bergie.
Play with about a minute to go in the second period to tie things up at 1. The second goal was
Bergeron.
The result of an incredible tic-tac-toe sequence from Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak.
Damn, I would love to meet Bergeron again. I've done it before many times. And he's just a cool-ass dude.
And finished with Bergeron whacking it home on a one-timer. He now, well, up to that point, he had 7 goals.
I gotta retire one of my Bergeron jerseys. I'm not gonna lie.
Points.
Before he rides off to the sunset, I gotta retire one of his jerseys.
A win over the Canucks. The other big part of Saturday's game was Jakub Zboril scoring his first NHL goal. It was the game winner, giving the Bruins the 2-1.
We almost went to the Bruins last night. This is Monday I'm recording it, so last night would have been Sunday. We almost went. Almost.
Craig Anderson,
but stuff happened.
Afterwards he said he felt good and bad. Didn't think he deserved it.
Just like we were this close to go to the Celtics game tonight, too.
But he waited long enough for it and feels really good to finally be rewarded. Being out there every single night, earning the trust of the coach is very important to him. And, not quite sure why he said he didn't think he deserved it on that one. Maybe he thought he's had better shots in the past, but found its way into the back of the net. And Jakub Zboril finally getting on the board with his first NHL goal in the season. So that's a little hat tip to the 2015 draft, although of course Barzal does have something like 15 or 16 assists so far this season. So that was the story in Saturday's game. Keith Kincaid stood tall, kept the Bruins in it when the Sabres were really attacking, especially through the first 40 minutes.
Jim Montgomery, the new coach,
ties it up
has the buy-in from this team.
Zboril with the game winner. Icing on the cake was that beautiful play from Marchand to Pastrnak, who juggled it in midair.
Maybe it's the same.
The finish.
Hey guys, maybe it's the same idea with the Celtics.
The reunification of
new voice in the locker room,
which carried over to
made a change. I don't know.
Against the Vancouver Canucks. Coming up, we're going to talk about that game.
I'm going to admit right now, my take saying that the Bruins would regret moving on from Bruce Cassidy has not looked good.
But this episode
has not looked good.
Brought to you in part by Simply Safe. With the holidays coming up, you want to make sure that your
home we don't need to hear about the promotion.
Can feel safe today and enjoy in an emergency exclusively from, so you can get any new Simply Safe. Safe.com. Be safe. And for your second stories in sports, go beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with local experts and insights only Locked On can provide. That's Locked On Sports Today, available on YouTube. Inspiring teams do. They have at their disposal. The Bruins got the win there. Sunday,
here we go.
Back at home,
finally, there were so many ads or advertisements he was doing, or sponsors.
In convincing fashion, a 5-2 victory, and the Black and Gold have now won 9 consecutive games on home ice to start the season. It's the longest such streak in Boston hockey history. Just 3 wins of tying the NHL record for most home wins to start a season.
Oh,
You know, this team's been around for almost 100 years. The first time
damn.
they've won 9 consecutive games on home
When would that third home
to
game
start the
be?
season. Thomas Nosek.
So you got
Very
Thursday against the
empty
Flyers,
He
Blackhawks
scored his
Saturday.
first goal in 66
What's the other
regular
game?
season games dating back to January 2nd. It says a lot about this team. 9-0 start at TD Garden, the best in team history, and for a historic team, an original 6 team, it says a lot about this group. He's proud to be a part of it and trying to enjoy the moment with the guys. Nosek was notable not just for scoring that goal,
His fight.
but also for stepping up when David Pastrnak was hit hard by Kyle Burroughs
Yes.
of the Vancouver Canucks.
Yes.
Nosek expressed his displeasure, tackled Burroughs to the ice.
That was a mean tackle, by the way.
Kind of.
That was a
had
mean
bit of
freaking
fight.
tackle.
There were no real punches thrown, but he was assessed his first career fighting major, as well as a 2-minute
Don't clip
minor
that
for
with me using the
instigating
salt
and
shaker,
a
please.
10-minute misconduct. Nosek after the game said, "Pasternak's my friend. He's my teammate. He's our star.
Of course.
That's what makes us a good team. We step up and play for each other. Doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
I was there, so I did the job."
Yep.
Thomas Nosek in this game earning Big Bear of the Night honors for myself, and he was also showered
Bear?
with praise by his teammates after the game as well.
Is that you're
Bergeron
saying
said
for
he
first
played
star? I
great
love
hockey
it.
all year to get rewarded like
Big
that
Bear.
with a goal. Everybody knew it was weighing on him. It's always nice to get that one behind you and look forward. Again, even though it was an empty netter on the scoreboard, it counts as a goal, and the guys were happy for him afterwards, and they were also proud of him for stepping
Hey, a goal's a
up
goal. I don't
for
give a
his
shit if
teammate,
it's empty net, whatever.
and something they all recognize when it happens and appreciate. Hampus Lindholm
Not
said
your
Nosek
fault
has
that
been a key
they're giving
player on
you
this
a
team.
wide open net to shoot at.
Every night he brings it. So fun to see him go out there and stand up for Pasta, and then also get the goal. Zaka, who scored a goal of his own, added, "Nosek played a great game.
Zaka's, side
A lot
note,
of chances.
Pavel Zaka's
Last couple games, it was
unbelievable.
great for him to get on the board, and again, seeing him fight.
New Jersey, what were you thinking letting that dude
just
go?
really gave everybody a boost. Montgomery echoed the guy, saying he's been tremendous for the Bruins all year long. One of the big reasons why
Next
the
podcast,
Bruins
we'll see how
only
Eric
came
Hollow is
in
doing
as number one
in New
the
Jersey.
league.
We'll
He's a
compare
big
the
part of
trades
it,
so
him and
far.
Charlie Coyle up front. You could tell the bench was really excited for him getting that goal. Everybody was rubbing his head and yelling his name when he scored the goal. He sacrifices a lot for the team. Bit of a microcosm of what the team is. They play
Nice
for
word.
each other really well. Him jumping in right away. He's not a guy who fights. But these guys don't want to see anyone take advantage of their teammates. And that's a great quality to have in a teammate. He knows it's not his main job to score goals. He's a fourth-line center. His main value to the team is that penalty killing,
Oh, he's talking about
checking
Nosek here.
role. But it's important to chip in every once in a while.
Yep.
He said it was sometimes frustrating, but he's always tried to
How
keep
about
his
Connor
head in the game,
Clifton?
focused
Already matching his
on
career
his team.
high in goals.
Now that this drought is over, he's glad it's over. Nosek became the 20th different goal scorer for the Bruins this season,
Damn.
which is a real testament to their depth. Everybody is cheering for one another. No one's worried about what they're not getting or what they're missing out on. And that's why it's a special group.
The reason why I say damn to that stat is
They
because
had success because it's
we're in
more of
November,
the attitude
guys.
than structure.
It's not
and
like this is
execution.
happening in
It's just
March or
all
whatever.
hands on deck, and everybody out there doing what they can to get the win. That was echoed by Pavel Zacha, who buried the third goal of the season. His third goal of the season. Bruins' third goal of the game to get the game winner. Put the Bruins up 3-1 at that point. He said there's great leadership in the locker room and relationships with the coaches. And they just have to keep
I was saying to
playing the
myself,
same way.
I was saying to myself that I wasn't going to pause it, but Ian, you made me pause it. Wow. He said great chemistry with the coaching. Have we heard that in recent years? No, we haven't. We haven't heard that in recent years. We haven't heard anybody say anything about the coaching staff in recent years. Not that I can remember of, at least. That's something to note. That's something to note. I guess Jim Montgomery is really having an impact in that locker room. Where kind of two different sports. Let's compare the two. Kind of a similar situation. The Boston Celtics. Oh, let's say the 2020-21 season. Disappointment. 2019-2020, they technically haven't achieved too because, yeah, they had a great year before the bubble, but then when they went in the bubble, they couldn't get over the hump of a Miami Heat team supposed to be in the finals that year. Did not get to go to the finals. Underachieving year. The following season, underachieving year. First round bounce to a Brooklyn Nets team, but what were we, 500 team, something like that? Not good. New head coach comes in. They struggle at first. This is what I thought the Bruins was going to do. I thought the Bruins were going to kind of have like a Celtics season from last year. They struggled at the beginning of the year because they had injuries and they had a new coach to develop under. It's been the complete opposite. They've been a complete wagon in the first few months. First couple of months, I should say. They've been a wagon. Now, can they hold on to this for the remainder of the year? I don't know. I definitely would say that at some point they're going to have a bump in the road. Listen, if they play like this consistently the entire year and they don't slow down a bit, my expectations are going up. Because at that point, if you're just looking that good to the point where nobody's even close to beating you, you should make it to the Stanley Cup. My expectations at that point will turn to Eastern Conference Finals and be competitive in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not there yet to say that is Stanley Cup or bust, like get into the Cup final or bust, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point with the Bruins. What else am I gotta say? I think that's all I gotta say on that. Coaching, huge. That comment was huge. I've never heard that in a couple years. Oh, let's say this too, for example. The Brooklyn Nets. The year before last year, they underachieved. Kyrie didn't play, whatnot. Injuries happened the next year. Second round bounce to the Bucks. No big deal. Last year, however, what did they go, 42 and something? Whatever the hell it was. They didn't play good. They were the, 8 seed? 7 seed? Whatever it was. 7 seed, 8 seed, whatever. Played the Celtics first round. Swept. That team with all their talent. Swept. This year, the players absolutely can't stand the coach to the point where they don't even listen to him no more. Coach gets fired. What are the Nets now? 4-2 since they fired Steve Nash? New voice in the room sometimes does help. I take my claim back that Bruce Cassidy, that they were going to regret letting Bruce Cassidy go.
Keep getting better. Bergeron, again, it's a special group. We have to keep that going. Still early in the season. They continually talk about the process, about building their game, and have to continue to keep doing that.
They're saying they're not in
Great
final
start for the
form.
season.
Holy shit!
But it goes beyond that.
They're saying they're not in final form.
They're not looking ahead to the playoffs per se, but they are trying to build each and every night.
They're still building the game.
Sustain this success.
Okay, it's Stanley Cup
There's
and
some
bust.
areas that they're working on. Teams are going to be ready for them and expecting big games out of them. So they have to come out with that same mentality.
Jesus.
Every single night. Lindholm recorded his second 3-assist game of the season. Just an unreal pace. He's among the league leaders in scoring among.
What a great
defensemen.
pickup Lindholm was. You know what's
Taking
funny?
that learning mindset as well. They
Little
didn't have the
little
best
quick
start
story
in
time.
Buffalo.
Little quick story time.
Tonight they came out hard, learning. From
Obviously, you guys know I'm a gamer. I had
season,
NHL 22 last
and you
year,
have to
and
continually
first
motivate
move I
yourself
did in the year,
get up for each and every game.
traded for
I
Hampus
said on
Lindholm.
Twitter last night that it's no longer a case of the Bruins
Not even joking
having
you. That was the
good
first
start.
trade I
The Bruins
legit made
are
for the Bruins.
legit good. Yes, some of their competition recently has been, outside of the playoff mix, and they're going to have.
However,
a
I did
difficult
trade Jace
schedule
DeBrusk for him.
coming up.
Because at the time when I was playing
They're getting
it,
the job done with
when I was playing the franchise,
the
Jake DeBrusk
Jace
announced that
provided
he requested a
them on
trade.
the
So I
schedule.
just like,
They're
okay, let me
they
just make
can't
this swap
the
real quick.
schedule. They can't mix in more difficult teams. They will get some challenges on.
It was
the
funny how that
schedule
went in full
coming
circle.
up. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But for the time being, the Bruins are the number one team in the NHL. 16 games played, a 14-2 record, 875 point percentage, a plus 30 goal differential. Those are all number one in the NHL. When it comes to goals for per game, they rank first. 4 goals per game they're averaging.
Okay, so he's
They're
reading the
allowing
stats
only
right now.
2.19 goals per game, which is fewest in the NHL.
Wow.
Their power play ranks 7th. Penalty kill ranks number 1. So, Jim Montgomery doing something right here with the Boston Bruins, and their underlying numbers also are encouraging. I mean, they do not have many weaknesses.
Encouraging
at
is the
moment.
least you could say for that.
No, they're not gonna
Encouraging
be
is
above
underrating
100
that.
team all season long.
Phenomenal
But-
is the word.
The Bruins are a very good team. Just it's time to accept that. When it comes to shot attempt differential,
Yeah, it is.
They rank 11th in
Yeah,
the
it is.
NHL.
The big
in
bad
terms
Bruins are
of
back.
Expected
For sure. They're
goals
back.
for. This is at 5-on-5.
They're back. I
They're
had
ranked,
questions after last
let's
season,
see,
but yeah, they're
ninth in the
back.
NHL. They're really getting some success when it comes to scoring 5-on-5.
Even after their controversial
They do
signing,
have a PDO of 1.03.
That's scary. When they had that controversial signing,
Yes, there will be some
this
regression
year,
at some point.
like what was
They
it, a
will
week
take
ago, something like
step or
that.
two
That scared me
backwards.
though. I'm not
We
gonna
can
lie,
expect
that
some
scared
losses
me.
to come at some point.
I said to
But
myself,
overall,
they just screwed
This
it
is
up.
a very good team, and there's reason to
But I will
believe
say
the
they did
Bruins
handle
can
that the
indeed
right way after
compete
they made
for
a
the Stanley
mistake.
Cup. On tomorrow's episode, we're going to update the Atlantic Division power rankings. Coming up, we'll take a look at the week ahead and what is next for the Bruins. This episode is brought to you in part by Bet Online. Bet Online is your number one source for sports betting info, stats,
Is that
news,
it?
and analysis. Get the latest
No,
odds and
this is
trends
not
for
it.
every professional and amateur cast. The Vancouver here on the weekend. They now have a few days off before returning to action. In fact, today they have a full day off. No practices scheduled for Monday, November 14th. They get to stay home, spend some time with family, and will be back on the ice for practice tomorrow in advance of their next game, which will be Thursday against the Philadelphia Flyers.
We'll be there. 99%
Friday, and
sure.
back in action on Saturday.
That 1% would
against the
be
Chicago
something
Blackhawks.
drastic
That is
happening.
the immediate week ahead for the Bruins. And those are two pretty winnable games for the Bruins. Right now, the Blackhawks rank 21st in the NHL with 21 points.
I looked at the Blackhawks one too. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at because they're wearing the retros that day.
Philadelphia.
And woo! Those jerseys are flames.
Goal differential. Both teams.
Kind of wanted to see those.
The playoff picture in their respective divisions and conferences. Although Chicago, surprisingly, only 1 point out of a wildcard spot in the West behind Minnesota. So two very winnable games for the Bruins. A real chance to
I have a friend who's a huge Chicago Blackhawks fan. Shout out
before
to
heading
her.
out on the road, where they will travel to Florida to play the Lightning and the Panthers next week, followed by a Black Friday game against the Carolina Hurricanes. After that, they'll play Tampa, Colorado, Vegas at home, and then go on the road to play Colorado,
Tampa's at their game.
Arizona, and Vegas. So some very difficult games.
That would be
coming
the
up
record breaker
the Bruins.
for consecutive home games to begin the
Again,
season.
Just to be realistic here, the Bruins will not remain an .875 team. They're not going to win 87% of their games all season long. But what's encouraging is they're getting the goals. They are getting the goaltending at the moment. Hopefully Jeremy Swayman can come back to stabilize things in net, although Keith Kincaid played very well against Buffalo. Don't be surprised if the Bruins start to suffer some bumps in the road, especially towards the end of the month and to begin December. But for this week, with the two games on tap, very winnable games, and I'd be surprised if they do drop against either Philadelphia or Chicago. Alright, that's it for this Monday episode of Locked On Boston Bruins. Consider yourselves officially caught up on all things spoke to be. Of course, the Mitchell Miller situation still hanging over this team.
Yep.
There have been no announcements in terms of anybody being let go. Cam Neely said they were going to do some internal assessments.
Yeah, let's talk about that before we close out this video. Yeah, Bruins, what were you guys thinking about signing that dude? I get it, he's 20 years old. He was projected to be a first-round pick. Our farm system's looking terrible. I get all that. I really do. But did you really let his background and history slide over your head like that? Really? Are you... How was that dude hired in the first place? Now he's on a payroll the whole season? You're that desperate for young talent, huh? You're that desperate. Your draft has been so bad. Your drafting has been so horrible to where you had to sign this dude? This racist-ass piece of garbage who's the lowest of the low, bullying a autistic kid? Don Sweeney, you were doing good. You were doing really good until this. You did fantastic. You were doing fantastic. What happened? I'm not gonna lie. I would not be surprised if Don Sweeney gets fired because of that. I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be surprised. And then here we are. Boston has this reputation of being racist and so on and so forth. Don Sweeney, you literally proved their reasonings for that. Unbelievable, man. And that dude looks like a freaking punk too. He looks like an absolute punk. If he wants to ever have a career again, if anybody would be interested in having him, That dude needs to do some community service. He needs to do some good for society. Publicly. He's talking about how he apologized, shit like that. Yeah, you apologized after you figured out your hockey career was ruined. Excuse my language, but fuck out of here with that bullshit. I don't fuck with that one bit. And for you to do that, dude, I don't mess with you at all. Not at all. That's going to do it for this video. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. Links in the description down below. If you guys want to help donate to Go to Games, my Venmo account's in the description. Anything helps. Appreciate all love and support. Shout out to Ian McLaren. I'll leave his link in the description down below. If you guys want to watch his stuff for the Bruins, go check him out, obviously. Next video I will do is I gotta touch up on the Patriots, and I have to touch up on the Blow Sox eventually. I do, or AKA the Fool's Gold. They definitely deserve the Fool's Gold name out of everybody right now, so I do have to cover them at some point. Got a couple articles coming your way. One's gonna be involving the Bruins, obviously, in their hot start. The other one I will say will be the Patriots mid-season review, and then we have the Red Sox overview. That's gonna be next. A Bruins article, a Red Sox article, and a Patriots article. That will be next. Again, go check out our website. The link is in the description down below. As you guys can see, we have the Celtics video for when we went to Madison Square Garden here. We got an article on the Celtics. This was, I believe, a little bit after opening night. We have a article here from Brock Holt and his retirement. Here is the Bruins home opener right here. Here's the throwback red jerseys that my buddy Steven did a little bit for me. And then we got the on-field photo day for the Red Sox there as well, if you guys do want to check out the Red Sox or whatnot. So I do have a couple of articles to do eventually. We got to meet the elites most likely at the end of the month as well. This is where I go and meet players. Sometimes ask them a question or whatever, or get a request for somebody, like I did in this video here. And then, yeah, these are the two that I only have out so far. I do need to do a Bruins one. I think that's going to be the next Meet the Elites. And then if you guys want to catch all of our podcasts and all that stuff, that is all on here as well. Like right here, here is the Madison Square Garden video. Then we got the Bruins home opener here. And then we got the Patriots here. And then we got podcasts and all that sort of stuff. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's been Jesse. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.